you are one of my subscribers or a returning viewer, and welcome if you found me for the first time today. I am so glad that you're here. This video is going to be all about what is going in my kids' Easter baskets this year. I really take pride in putting together thoughtful, useful, and fun gifts for them. I have a lot of Easter basket videos. This is at least my third that I've posted here on YouTube. So if you're looking for more ideas, definitely check those out. I have a 7-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 1-year-old who really is just a few weeks away from being 2. I want to get right into showing you this stuff. I don't want to make a super long intro for you, but I do want to say, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I really appreciate it. It shows me that, you're liking my content, you want to see more of what I'm making for you, and it really encourages me because I love sharing this stuff and I'd love to have you as one of my subscribers. So let me get into the things that I have that are the same for everybody, and then I'll do some things that are individual to the person. I try to keep it pretty even, but I'm not a stickler about, sticking to an exact budget or exactly the same items because my kids are individuals, and like I said, I do want them to really use and enjoy these things long term. At the same time, there's going to be fighting if someone has something the other people want and they feel like they didn't get anything equivalent. So keeping a balance between you're an individual and this is, specifically for you versus everyone got this. So, everything's even. So, there's a balance there. You'll see how I do it more as I show you the things. I always get a book. I give the actual holiday specific books in advance of the holiday, so you won't see any of those here. But I do like to include books that are kind of in the spirit of the holiday or the theme that we're going for. So these aren't Easter books, but they're very Eastery, very Easter appropriate. You'll see what I'm saying. For my little one, I have 2 board books. I have this one right here, which is Busy Chickens. And I got this for her because she really loves birds, particularly chickens. We have a few books that have pictures of chickens in them, and she calls them bok boks because, how they say bok bok as they go around. And I've actually encouraged it because I don't have the heart to, she'll obviously be calling them chickens for the rest of her life, but she can call them bok boks a little longer. So we got this Busy Chickens book, and I got it because, it's just photos of chickens. My only disappointment with this book is that it's really smaller than I was hoping. I wouldn't mind if it was a little bit bigger, a little more substantial, but that's okay. I think she's really going to enjoy it. Then I also got her this Jelly Cat Workbook, If I Were a Pony. We have a few in this series, including If I Were a Bunny, which would be great for Easter if you're looking for something more Eastery. But my kids are also really into horses. They've had the opportunity to casually meet a few horses just to kind of pet them and see them and get a little bit close to them, and they're really excited about it. So I knew she would love this, and it went with the sort of theme that I went for. A few items with the daisies and the kind of mauve. It's very much my style that I'm into these days. And this is, if you're not familiar with Jelly Cat books, it's a touch and feel book. So there's soft, mostly soft areas, just sort of different hairs. I mean, Jelly Cat mostly makes stuffed animals, so it's mostly just different soft hairs that she can pet of the various ponies. And then there's also some sparkly things going on in there. Now for my 7-year-old, we have this bug hunt book. I really like the looks of this, and it's part of a series. There is one of trees, there's one of just general nature trail, and one of birds. So it's really hard to choose, but I chose the bug one because my kids are all kind of terrified of bugs, and I've been trying to get them to be more excited about them by, maybe learning to identify some bugs. And this book has identification stuff about common bugs and also some little activities, like building a bug hotel, that kind of stuff. So I'm hoping it will inspire them to be like more excited and more interested instead of now they're interested, but I think it's, more horror than excitement. And so I want to kind of see if we can swing the tide on that a little bit. And then I also got him this Magic Tree House. It's a graphic novel version. I'm sure if you have kids of this age, you're familiar with the Magic Tree House series, but I think that the graphic novels are kind of new. And then I got him this, probably the most I don't want to say boring, because some people enjoy cursive handwriting, but the most medicinal item in the basket for him is probably going to be this cursive handwriting book. But cursive is something that he's going to be studying next year in our homeschool, and he has shown an interest in the idea of learning how to write his signature and everything like that. So this is just a practice book that I think will kind of get him started if he wants to get started a little before our formal studies begin. Because I do have a handwriting program that I use, Handwriting Without Tears, and I will be using the cursive version of that with him. However, just if he wants to practice on his own, or if I want extra practice, I thought that would be really nice to have. And then for my middle one, who is 4 going on 5, just a few months after Easter, her sort of most Eastery book, you know, the most aesthetic one, I'm gonna make sure we're not getting too much glare on the angle here, is this. It's the baby lit storybook version of The Secret Garden. The Secret Garden is one of my all-time favorite kids books, and I've been waiting and waiting to read it to my kids. And I am planning, I'm slotting it in to do sometime between maybe this summer or next year, you know, during the school year. We're doing all year round school, so it's hard to say exactly when one school year ends and one officially begins, but I am slotting this in, it's in my plan. However, I thought in advance of that, we could just get going with familiarizing ourselves with the story a little bit. And I'm really excited for this, as I may have mentioned. And then I did get her this upside down Welly Wishers book. We gave her 3 of these for Christmas, and she loves them. I mean, I honestly think she uses the books way more than she does the Welly Wisher doll. Like, she loves the Welly Wisher doll, but a lot of times she just kind of poses it or dresses it and plays with it a little bit, and then that's it. But she'll spend hours looking at these books. It's really kind of stunning. And my son loves them too, my 7-year-old, and even the baby likes to look at them. So I know adding another one to the collection will be nice, and this one seemed really Eastery since it's Emerson and Princess Peep. Princess Peep being some sort of little, I think a chick or something, but you know, peeps are a big thing for Easter, even though we don't really go in for them. So I thought that would be nice. And then her equivalent to the workbook for my son is this, I don't know how well you can see that with the intensity of the lights here, but it is an alphabet tracing and practicing letters book. And there's some sight words too, which she's not really into sight words yet, but she is really highly motivated. She loves workbooks and she always wants more to do. So this will just give us something else to go to when she's like, I want more to do. You know, I want to do more pages in my workbook. You know, there's something she can do, and she'll like having something equivalent to what her brother's getting for school too. So that will be nice. And that's all the books that I have. The next thing I'm going to show you are some ears, because, you know, ears go in a basket, obviously. These ears are not new. They came from Target last year, and they're just, not that it matters a whole lot, but I know that he will like them because they're blue, but they're the most masculine, although these are obviously unisex bunny ears that I've been able to ever find. And I kept them from last year, obviously, because they're in great shape and they're fun and they look good. So these are going back in his basket. He won't care that he's not getting new ears. I think he'll just be happy to see these again, and obviously it would be wasteful to get new ones when we don't need them. For the girls, however, I did get new ears, mostly because I had one pair for my older daughter, and then it's very sparkly, but it's very sharp, and so I don't think she enjoys wearing it that much. I want it to get soft ears, and then I thought it would also be nice to get them something that would match. So I got these from Target this year. These look really splayed out, but I think they'll be in better once I kind of bend them up. They have those flip sequins, which I wasn't sure when I saw these online if I was going to like them that much or if they would seem kind of like not so nice, but I'm happy with them in person. The sequins are like kind of a light neon and pastel and white, and then it's just like a pink fur. See the back, see the front, obviously. I know the girls will like these, and it'll be fun to kind of have all 3 of my little bunnies, and hopefully these will just hold up well, and then we'll probably be seeing these in my video again for next year. Keeping it going with the classics, and then I'll jump into, I have some more like surprising, exciting items to show you in a bit, but I just want to get a lot of these classics for everybody kind of out of the way before I get into it. I have bubbles. So I have bubble wands from the Target dollar spot. We've got the bunny. We've got the other bunny. I don't really understand why one bunny has the giant ears and then the other bunny is like a full body with little ears and a bow tie. But they're cute, and so this will go to my son. This will be for one girl, and then another girl will be getting this little bird with kind of beady eyes. I don't know if you can see this well. Here we go. It's a bird, so Target dollar spot. These are the Contigo water bottles with the auto spout that you can pop out of there and the straw. We've been using these for years. They're our favorite water bottles for our kids. My youngest one doesn't have one of these of her own yet, but she's always taking the big kids one. So even though they are marked for 3+, I know that she's going to really use this and enjoy it, and it's not something we'll leave her alone with. Like, she won't be taking this to bed or anything, so I'm confident that she'll be okay with it. I think this is about the age where we switched over to these with my older two anyway. So for the girls, I have this one with a unicorn, which I know that they will really like because they're into unicorns. And then for my son, I did, if this is focusing, it's a dragon, which I know he will also be super excited about. I mean, honestly, the girls would have liked the dragon and he would have liked the unicorn just as much, but this is what we're doing. And in case you're wondering, I will just Sharpie onto, there's kind of a rubbery part of the lid, and I'll Sharpie the girls' names onto their cups so that everybody knows whose is whose, and that gives them a good chance to work on name recognition. We've done this before with me matching the older two's cups and then just Sharpieing the names on, and it actually worked really great. So I'm happy to do that again. I don't think it'll be much of a problem. And then I have pajamas for everybody. For my big guy, I got a set from Target. It's the Carter's for Target. It's like just one U. One pair is like solid print all over, so it's just these robots. There's a shirt and a top of the robots. Let's see if we can spread this out so you can really see the robots with your own eyes. I had trouble finding these, honestly, because a lot of the long sleeve pajamas are going for this year, but I do long sleeve pajamas all year long. So I really wanted these and I had to really search, and they kept going in and out of stock, but finally we scored them. The other set that it came with has this built for speed robot top, and then it has kind of the stripy top and bottom. I honestly do prefer when it's just a print all over rather than the thing where, you know, you have something that it's saying on top and then, you know, stripes on bottom, but it's fine. And then for the girls, I was really surprised because usually when you do these sets, it does always have the one that's, you know, a different top and bottom, as well as whatever it is that you're doing that's the all over print. I feel like they usually come in sets like that. But I found these for the girls that I was so excited about. This is almost the first thing I got for the Easter basket, and these are that just one U again. So they each come with a set of 2. There's little horses or ponies or what have you on one. So we've got top and bottom, and I've got that for both girls. So I did a 2T and a 5T, which is sizing up for both of them, but I think you can do that with pajamas really well. And then for their bottoms, I mean for their tops, it's just the same thing. So we've got horses and then these sort of daisy-like flowers, which I'm feeling really, really into this year. I've noticed daisies are like super hot right now, and I'm liking it. Like, I just, you know, whatever that vibe is, it's just like, I'm definitely like feeling all right about that. I got these twisty tubes. I'm just going to divide. So 2 of the big kids are getting some, and one big kid will get 2 of these and the other will get the other 2. I'm not gonna like annoy you with the noise anymore, but I love that these are in these pastel Easter egg colors. I think that's really gonna be fun for them. And then for the little girls, I got them each a little baby mermaid doll. I just found these on the Target website and I thought they were so adorable. My 4-year-old loves mermaids and my 2-year-old is obsessed with babies. So I really wanted to go for these for them. They're basically the same doll, just in 2 different skin tones. They did have some other styles, but I really was into this sort of pinky purpley color. I didn't want to stray too far from that, so this is what I went with. I don't know who's getting which one yet. I don't think it really matters. I think they're both super cute, and they will love having these. I've never had a water baby before for them or for myself when they were a thing back when, you know. But they seem like they're filled with water. They're squishy or a little bit. And that weirds me out a little. I don't think I'll let them take these like to bed or anything, but I thought in the tub or if we're at the park or, you know, like a sprinklers or something, that I thought these would be really fun. So we'll see how these work out, but just like, I'm really happy with them. You know, sometimes when you order baby dolls, you think they'll be cute and then you see them in person and you're like, oh, but these are really cute. And then sort of as, I guess, the equivalent like little toy, I didn't try to do too many toys in these baskets. But for my son, I did do this little Lego guy. I like this because it's a chicken racer, so it kind of goes with the like Eastery theme. So it's just a guy in a chicken costume that's riding a bike. And I guess this is a new thing Lego is doing, this stunts theme, where they have the pullback, like, you know, the pullback cars that you can pull back and then they go. So this is a little motorcycle that you can pull back and go. I think he'll really enjoy this. And then, let's see, I have like just a few other things that are the same for everybody. I have sunglasses. And so I'm going to show those to you if I can find all of them. Yes, here we go. So for the baby, I'm actually just regifting her some sunglasses that already belong to my middle daughter, but they won't care. I mean, babies, as you know, don't actually keep sunglasses on their eyes. So this is really just to be cute, but I already had these and I couldn't find anything cuter to buy for her. So I thought, you know, just stick with what we have. It'll be fine. Super cute. I gave these actually to Emerald, I think for her maybe second Easter or something like that. So it's like little daisies. Those were from Carter's. They have similar styles now. I did check. I don't know that they have the white, but I do think they have that daisy shape. It's very popular now. I think you can find it a lot of places. And then for the big guys, I did sunglasses from Target. For my son, I did aviators. We've always done kind of Ray-Ban style sunglasses. We've never had the aviator ones before. So I thought these would be really fun. They're from the art class Target brand or whatever you want to, whatever. It's, you know, art class is like a brand that Target sells or that Target makes or whatever. But these look fun for him. And then for my middle one, she gets aviators too, but they have little daisies on the edges. Like I said, I kind of went with a little bit of a theme after I got the daisy pajamas. That kind of inspired some of my other stuff. So I got the little daisy glasses for her. And then one more thing that's the same for at least some people are these little dresses. I'm not entirely certain yet if these are going in the basket or if I'm just going to give them to them like in advance and be like, these are your Easter dresses. I might just put them in the basket because honestly, most of what my girls like to spend their time doing is just dressing up in little dresses and like dancing around. So these are kind of like a toy, even though they're also clothes. I got matching dresses for the girls. They look cuter in person even than they do. Like I'm holding them up. It's basically just like a tutu dress, but there's tulle in the bodice as well. And then it has these little flutter sleeves, and then there's a lot of nice detailing on the back. So on the back, there's like that bow back, and then this little straps with like the little cross straps and the little flyaway sleeves. So I've got one for my big girl, and I've got one for my little tiny girl. I know that these are cuter on because I wasn't sure, you know, when I saw them on the website, I was like, those are the Easter dresses, you know, and then I ordered them and I wasn't certain when I saw them just out of the box. So I tried them on my little girl because I figured, you know, she can't tell her big sister about them and she doesn't like need to be surprised by all the items. And so cute. So cute. So I'm really looking forward to seeing the girls in those. I don't really have an Easter outfit for my son. I don't think he will care, and he already owns some very Eastery shorts and polo shirts and things. So unless I see something that I think he'll really use beyond Easter, like those dresses, the girls will wear those. Like they almost don't want to wear anything other than a dress. So they'll wear those just to dance and sing around the house constantly. My son just, he likes his Jurassic Park shirt. He likes his like Mandalorian hoodie, but he's not needing like a fancy Easter outfit that he will actually rewear. So I think we're set for him unless I do see something that really inspires me between now and then. And then that's everything that's kind of, there's crossover between people. I have just a few very individual items to show you, starting with two things for the baby. Wait, there's two more crossover items that I will show you, but I'm going to show them at the end because one is giant and one is just shoes, which, I mean, like, I love shoes, but, you know, I'm saving them for the end anyway. This is how I'm doing it. So for the baby, I got these Quick Sticks. They're solid temper paint. I've heard these described as, like, drawing with a lipstick, but supposedly it dries really quickly. We've never had these before. Like, as long as I've had kids and toddlers and everything, we haven't had these at all. So I really want to try them. And I thought, you know, Easter's a good time. She loves to paint, and I'm often kind of going, no, I don't want to paint today, just because, you know, of the mess. So I'm hoping this will be a slightly less messy. I have no illusion that this will be mess-free, but I'm hoping it will be a slightly less messy way for her to really do some painting and have a fun time with that. And then I got her her own poppet. This one's from Target. It's glittery. It's this really pastel-y purple color. Her name is actually Lilac, so I thought she would like the fact, or I would like the fact for her that this coordinates with her name. And she likes these more than anybody. I did get some of these last year for the big kids, and they actually like them fine, but she's the one who's always like, she'll see it and be like, oh, pop, 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 and she wants to do the popping. And I keep one in my diaper bag just to, wow, this nugget is like collapsing upon me, so. My goodness. As you can see, my seating situation is like coming down upon me. She's the one who really just wants to get this out. I keep one in my diaper bag to amuse her for like waiting in the car somewhere or something, and I think she'll like this, so that's why it's here. And I guess it sort of coordinates with how the kids are getting these big tubes, although maybe she'll want one of these tubes too. I need to think about how I'm gonna distribute the tubes, but anyway, there's that. She's also getting this other kind of larger item, which is a watering can. I thought about getting a garden tool set for all the kids, and then I realized I'm just going to have them use my garden tools, which are like real gardening tools for like, we don't have a big garden, but just some stuff we've planted out on the patio. But then I do think that they will have a lot of fun watering with an actual kid-sized watering can. This one came from Target. It's Little Tykes brand, but I mean, it's kind of cuter not showing that. It also came with some gloves inside, which will be way too big for her, but the big kids can use those. And really, this is honestly a gift for everyone to share. It's just going in her basket. And then my son has a few more individual things. He has film for his Instax mini camera. So just kind of, you know, replenishing his supplies. And I got an Eastery. It's like the macaroon one. It has pastel colors around the border. We got him some highlighters. I have these highlighters. They're erasable and they're pastel colored, so great for Easter. And he always wants to use them, and I'm kind of like territorial. So he'll be psyched to have his own that he can experiment with. And then we also decided to get him this hat, which is like, as you can see, sort of, would you call this tie-dye or just sort of like blotches of color? Anyway, it's kind of a cute, very springy, very summery hat that he can wear. And I like that it's very visible. So if we're playing at the park or something, like this will help me to be able to see him. And then two things for Emerald, my middle one. I got her this very, very, very awesome, very soft Jellycat Daisy. I know she'll like this because I'm trying to angle this to make sure you can see the face really well, because it does totally have a face. I know she'll like this because she's really into pillows, which is a strange thing to say about a little kid, but she just is. She's really into pillows, and this is basically a pillow slash stuffed animal, and it's super soft, so I think she'll love this. And it went with that sort of daisy theme I was talking about. And then I also got her butterfly hair clips. She likes to sort of dress up and like costume herself, so I thought she might enjoy playing with these hair clips. Obviously, I remember when these were trendy back in the day, so it's a little nostalgia for me. And then I did remember a third thing. So I have three more things to show you that are, you know, one for each kid, and then we're done. So I know it's a lot, but I like to go big for Easter. It brings me so much joy to do this for my kids, and it's a really big holiday for us. All right, so things I have. I've got one of these for everybody, but I'm just going to show one packet because I don't need to pull them all out, do I? They're the same. They're unicorn horn chalk. I've wanted to do unicorn horn chalk for the longest time, and yet I haven't because a lot of the unicorn horn chalk is super expensive. My husband found this at Target. It's washable, it's Crayola. It wasn't outrageous, although it was a little more than regular chalk, but I'm excited for them to play with this, and just, I actually despise chalk. Like, I hate it. However, somehow every year I end up getting it. I just think that you're supposed to have chalk in an Easter basket, you know, bubbles and chalk, right? And candy. Which, if I haven't mentioned, I'm not anti-candy, but there is no candy in these baskets. There will be one thing going in, which is a chocolate bunny for each kid. I just haven't picked that up yet, and you don't really need to see it. It's just going to be whatever we can find at Target, I'm sure. You know, picking from the standard what they have on the shelves, I don't think it'll be anything like too surprising. But that's a tradition I always keep going. My grandma used to mail me a chocolate bunny every Easter, and so kind of in her memory, I always put that in there. The rest of the candy is going into Easter eggs so we can do an Easter egg hunt. So I don't feel like I need to actually put more in the basket since we're going to be like hunting, you know? And then, so I got chalk for everybody. I have shoes, and then I have one giant thing to show you because I do like to always get everything that fits in the basket. But then I like to have one giant thing that cannot go in the basket, and I will show that to you last. But first, to the shoes. I have done different shoes for the kids in the past. For Easter, I always do something. I've done natives. This is like falling on me again. I've done natives, and we really like those, but the little girls both have natives that they're growing into this year, like hand-me-downs from, you know, from the next up kid. And I've done hunter boots, but everybody has hunter boots already that fit them for this year. I want it to go with sneakers. They obviously need new sneakers as we go into spring and summer. So for my big guy, I went with just these Nikes. They're Nike Free Run. I kind of am nervous these are going to be too big for his feet because I measured his feet and everything, but these look enormous. However, I really like that they have this sort of purpley color. I like that color, obviously. If you know, caught before when I said that my daughter is named Lilac, I clearly like this color. Additionally, he has a hat that's this color that looks really good on him. I don't know if it's because he has hazel eyes and it's sort of something about this tone brings out like the green of his eyes. Like, I don't know how that's possible. But anyway, I think these will be really fun for him. They're kind of Eastery, but I mean, obviously they'll just be for until he grows out of them. And then for the little girls, I did matching Jordans. So I've got 2 little boxes. These are actually the first Jordans I've ever gotten. For some reason, I just was really drawn to these, and now I'm wondering if I am going to regret it because, okay, so, like, these are adorable. These are just, like, completely my color scheme, which is why I went for them. I wonder if I'm going to regret it because I have never in my life had tie shoes for any of my kids. Like, I've always done slip-on. I just wanted to really just head for open water. So I went with these. I've had great luck with Nikes in the past. However, like the laces, am I going to regret this? But on the other hand, these are so cute. Like, obviously the other pair is like exactly the same as these. I would have even gotten a pair for my son. However, I could not find any in his size or in a color that I thought would be good for him that would really work for us. So just for the girls, but I'm excited / scared to see how those look on them because like I said, like they're adorable and I really want to see how that's going to work for us. But the lacing, the tying, like what have I gotten myself into, you know? And finally, I like to have one thing that cannot fit in the basket, something enormous. Last year we did a piano, which, I mean, that's obviously enormous. Well, it wasn't, it's an electric piano / you know, we call it a keyboard. That was obviously something that we needed anyway, and so just kind of tacked it on to Easter to be like, it's your big Easter gift, even though it's like also just you're taking piano lessons as part of our homeschool. But it was a significant purchase, and it was a nice thing that we got them. So, you know, that was the big gift last year. Other years I've done tamer things, like a water table. This year I went with these guys. Oh my gosh. I'm just trying to get everybody into the frame. I'm a little bit overwhelmed with... All right. Okay. So, as you can see... I can't get everybody in the frame. It's fine. As you can see, these are giant Squishmallows. The 2 bunnies came from Target. Last I checked, in the last couple days, they were still available. So if you're watching this right when I post it, you might still be able to get these. And this guy came from Amazon, shipped and sold by Amazon, so I know he's hopefully authentic. I think that this one is going to my son, because, you know, it's wearing a bow tie, so I guess it's a guy. Not that he can't have a female stuffed animal, but I know that he will be excited that it's a guy, if that makes sense. Although it's hard to say what's best because yellow is one of my daughter's favorite colors, and my other daughter does love Black Box, as we discussed. So this could go to anyone, but I've decided it's going to my son. And then the girls are getting these matching bunnies. We did some much smaller Squishmallows for Christmas, and the kids really, really loved them, especially my middle daughter. So I knew that I wanted to get her a Squishmallow, and then I wanted to get everybody a Squishmallow, and I just, This is what we ended up with. 3 giant Squishmallows. I'm a little overwhelmed with the size, but I know my kids are gonna love these. They're probably gonna, I'm already envisioning them just like running out and hugging them when they see them and being so excited. That is everything that I'm giving my kids for Easter this year. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I hope to be sharing so much more with you in the future. I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye and happy Easter.